Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning with John and Gumby. How are you guys doing on your goals? Have you been exercising? Did you read any new books? Still no one's done my lawn work yet. How's your lawn looking? Did you plant a garden this year? I hope everyone's doing well. I am 29 days straight now with 10,000 steps or more, and we'll get into the rally a little bit later, but you know, 10 hours on the road driving 2 days made it really hard to get those steps in. I ended up really having to be committed and doing them in the evening and stuff. But again, 29 days straight, 10,000 steps or more. So today's video is titled Decisions. We're all going to have to make decisions here, right? So um, I was starting to open up, right? And with that opening up comes some rules. And with those rules, there's going to come a commitment to compliance on that. And realistically, let's just be honest, everyone has a decision on what they're going to do. I can tell you that one of the things that I'm looking forward to is that I'm looking forward to a haircut. I go through and I review the videos from previous weeks before I get ready for the video, and it's just kind of funny to watch the watch the my hair get worse and worse and worse and out of control and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm gonna have to make a decision. Am I gonna go to a restaurant? Do I want to go to a restaurant? You know, um, do I want to wear a mask? Right? I mean, we are all gonna have to make those decisions. And what are we gonna do? What's it going to be like for each of us when it's time to come back and there's going to be driving, right? What are going to be the rules? Are the customers going to wear masks? Are we going to require the drivers to wear masks? These are questions that I don't have answers to. Honestly, I can't wear this mask too terribly long without my glasses fogging up. So if I have the opportunity to drive and I have to look at wearing a mask, that's going to be a hard decision for me. And I get it. It's going to be hard for you too, right? So we're moving into an era. Opportunities and changes are coming, but with those opportunities and changes, decisions are coming, and each of us are going to have to pick where we are on that. I think it's important that we know too, that we keep everything in mind, that we have to respect everyone's personal choices and personal decisions and what they want to do. There are things that we have to do at CIT. There are going to be opportunities that come up that we're going to want to be a part of. But you're going to have to, as you get folded into those opportunities, you're going to have to be feel free to make the decisions that you need to make. Just understand we'll make the decisions that we need to make as well. So yeah, it's things are opening up. Things aren't opening up on the bus front, but things are opening up, and that might just be the very first step. So let's talk about some of the positive things that have happened for the last week. So I know a bunch of you guys have been following it on Facebook and doing a lot of posting on it and so forth. So Wednesday, we had the buses rolling for awareness campaign in Washington, D.C. And Jiminy Christmas, man, they were thinking they could only handle about 350 buses. I think the official count was 1,080 buses, maybe. I don't know. The line was so long that honestly, the experience for me was sitting in the HOV lane in DC looking at the back of a bus for the majority of it and stuff. It took 3 hours to incorporate into the parade and stuff. So David James from BRT, he and I rode together, and I think we got 3 loops in. That was about it into the program. But that's okay. It's not about what my experience is. It was about what will Congress say, right? And what will the president? One of the loops went right by the White House and stuff. So that was what we were trying to do, is get our message out. And again, if you saw the Facebook postings, Kim has put stuff on our CIT Facebook page. Tiffany, I saw, was posted a bunch about it. Amy was posted a bunch about it. I don't really know how to, so I wasn't. But there's a bunch out there, and it was really cool. And if you saw the buses, you saw, each state was represented. I mean, we even got a bus from Alaska and Hawaii there, right? And each state was represented, and the stats on the economic impact of our industry from each state was on there. And some cool stories that came through. Senator Collins from Maine, she reached out to all of the Maine operators and had a conference call with them the morning before the rally. So that means she saw it. A good friend of mine in Montana, and a lot of you guys know him, Dan Martin at Karst, he wasn't able to come to the rally. But when I talked to him the next day, and he asked me, he's like, "So what did you think of the rally?" And I said, "Well, we'll just have to see. Did it get people's attention?" And his comment to me was, "Well, you made a difference in my world." And I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" He goes, "My senator called me. They were asking me how I'm doing, how am I making it through this and stuff." So maybe, just maybe, we did get the attention of Congress. During the rally, Kim was on the phone with Congressman Loebsack. So that was really cool. So we'll just see. The next steps are coming through, right? We got to keep up the pressure. We got to keep talking to our elected officials and see if we can't get that ask for our industry to come through and see what it can do for us and stuff. So it was a really good time. It was kind of weird, right? Because I started this video with a mask, and one of the rules was in Washington D.C. you have to wear a mask. So you would go up to a group of people and you'd start talking to them, but then you realize that you miss a lot of communication by having a mask on. So it kind of, the conversations kind of got flat really quick. And then you got like, oh, we got a social distance, and you just kind of walked away. So it was not the typical, this industry. A lot of the bus industry a lot of this is built upon relationship and knowing each other, and there just wasn't a lot of gabbing. I think people just didn't know how to handle social distancing, masks, stuff like that. The other thing that was weird, and luckily David James was prepared for this, but when we got to the hotel in DC, none of the restaurants or anything were open. So, we took a cooler full of bread, sandwich meat, cheese, and some mustard, right? And you had sandwiches for a couple days and stuff like that. So that was just a little weird. You don't think about going and traveling and not being able to go get something to eat and stuff like that. But it was cool. I mean, again, if you watch those videos, to see 1,000 buses out there and getting the word out, it was really great. So I wish I could have took you all. I stayed at David's house the night before and the night after. He doesn't have enough room. We'd have to all sleep in his barn or something like that. But it was. I'm glad we participated in it, and so forth. So yeah. So Kim and I are starting another letter writing campaign. I sent emails out to a handful of congressmen and senators today. We're going to try to set up and get more Zoom calls and have more conversations with them. And I'll probably be reaching out to you again, right? And saying, hey, what can you do to help me on this? Can you send a letter? Can you make a call? It's all about taking this momentum of the awareness rally and getting Congress to act upon it and stuff. So, we're asking for 15 billion. I don't know what that means or what that feels like, but I think that it can help, right? And it'll help us build our runway as we look to be ready for when everyone feels like traveling and social distancing and masks aren't in the conversation, right? So I don't know when that's going to be, but we got to just keep plugging away, right? At 20-mile march, plugging away to get ready for that point. So with that, guys, take advantage. If you're like me, go get a haircut. You decide if you're going to a restaurant. You decide what you're doing and stuff. But let's start to appreciate the opening up of Iowa, and let's look forward to the opening up of travel and tourism industry and what it can do for all of us. So until next week, see you guys later. Have a great week. Be safe, and Semper Gummi. Take care.